Hello everyone, hope everybody's doing great today. I'm having a crazy hair day. Hopefully in my next video this is all gone. It's getting hard to comb, but it's everywhere. But hey, thank you for watching this video. And today we're going to be talking about the Korean drama Business Proposal, which is about a young woman who works at a food company. She's like a food researcher who tries to develop food that will be easy to make, like frozen food type stuff for this company. And she's not forced, but she goes on a blind date for her friend, who gives her money to go on a blind date for her because her friend doesn't want to do any blind dates. And it turns out that the person that her friend had a blind date with is the executive, or is the president of the company that she works for, that our main character works for. And it goes off from there. The scene behind me, as you see, is on their first blind date. And it kind of reminds me of that story of the movie How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days with Kate Hudson and Matthew McConaughey. In this, she's trying to, for her friend, trying to come up with a character that makes sure that he will never ask her to go out on a date again. So she's doing all this ridiculous stuff, which is hilarious. And the president of the company, he's being forced to go on these blind dates because of his grandfather wants him to get married. And so he's forced him to go on his blind dates. If he doesn't go on his blind dates, his grandfather is going to penalize him in some kind of way. So he's determined just to end the blind dates. So no matter what she does to turn him off, he still wants to marry her. So it's a hilarious first episode, hilarious first encounter, and all together, this show is very funny. As much of an action guy I am, an adventure, and I love the fantasy stuff and those historic pieces, I do like a good rom-com there and again, especially when they're really funny. And what Business Proposal is, it is a very funny rom-com for sure. Every episode, it's 12 episodes, and each one is hilarious. Get great encounters, great comedy situations are going there, and you also got a little bit of good drama in there. Our male lead has a traumatic experience in his youth that kind of affects his character and the way he acts. And such, and then we have our female lead who's just like this. She's very good at her job, but she's very responsible. But she's also this carefree person who likes to have fun and stuff. And just seeing these two encounters every time they meet, it's kind of like magic on the screen. These two characters have great chemistry. The show also has a great secondary romance going on between her best friend, who she was standing in for the blind date, and our main male characters. I guess he'd be his best friend, stepbrother, more like a stepbrother. Stepbrother, because his best friend was adopted by his family, so I guess that would be like a stepbrother. But he's also the secretary. Those two have a great story as well. So if you're somebody who really likes romance, you'll get plenty of that. You don't really have your troublesome, third wheel person trying to break him up. It's there, but it's very minor, like very brief kind of thing. It's not really prevalent in the story. What's really prevalent in the story, like the trouble, the troublesome, about the relationship is mainly that he's the president and she's his worker, and that he doesn't really know who she really is because she's trying to hide her identity. She goes on this blind date as another person type of stuff. And so that's probably, the trouble is like her working for him, being his employee, and also him not really knowing her true identity type of thing. And then you throw in the grandpa, who's like, because he's from a rich family, is the grandpa going to accept her? You have like the class differential. He's from a very rich family. She's from a lower middle class type family. They own their own little chicken restaurant, but they're not wealthy. They're not poor. They're just kind of middle class type of thing. So how will that how will the grandfather accept that, and how will the employees accept that the president is dating one of his employees. So that's kind of like the conflict of the story, is that some good things like I said, it's very funny show. You got not only like the situations they're in, you get the physical comedy, and you got the wording comedy as well. You do get a little bit of drama in there to throw in. It's just one of those shows where you'll find yourself laughing throughout, just having a good time watching. What I enjoy was the grandfather. You know, he's kind of like he's a good guy, kind of thing, and he has a reason not to like our female lead. He loves, just a little spoiler here, it's not too deep, but he loves her alter personality, the character she's pretending to be. He's fascinated with her. He loves her, and he likes her a lot, but like her real self, he has a reason not to like her, and it's basically because every time they meet on screen, she puts him through like some terrible situations. There's a part where he needs to go to the bathroom real bad, and she's in there, and she doesn't want him to see who she really is, you know. So she's trying to hide her real self from him, so that, you know, her alter ego doesn't get revealed. And it turns out that, you know, he falls into like this tub of water that has is it cabbage? I think it's cabbage in it, and it's implied that, you know, he actually used the restroom in his pants and stuff. So it's like that's just like the first encounter where he meets her outside of the pretend date kind of thing, and so you got encounters like that between those two. So in the end, you know, of course, I mean, I guess it's a spoiler, but of course he's going to find out who she really is. So he really does have a reason not to like her. It's just because he always had these bad interactions with her. But you know, the grandfather's pretty good in this one. All the characters, like the two leading actors, do a great job with their characters. Then you got your secondary characters as well. You know, the secondary couple, the best friends. They're great. Their interactions are great. And their relationship doesn't all go smoothly at first. It's kind of rocky at the beginning. And seeing how both of these relationships come together, it's really well done. You'll have a great time watching this show for sure. Then you got like one more thing here. Then you got like a sitcom that everybody's watching, is like very popular. And it's kind of like reveals as you're watching this events on the sitcom. It's like stuff that's happening in real life, you know, between these two characters. So it's just funny seeing how, you know, something will happen in sitcom, and then it'll happen to the couples, or something will happen to the couples, and it'll happen on sitcom. And I like how they kind of corresponded, the sitcom on that everybody's watching with what's going on and on the show, or real life type of thing. So yeah, this is very well done. It's very funny. I highly recommend this one. This is your first time watching this channel. When we recommend things, either a book or a TV show or a movie, we got 3 grades. It's recommend with caution, which means 50-50. We think, you know, people will watch it. Not recommend at all, which we think maybe 20% of the people might like it. You know, those who probably like bad movies might like it. And then like recommend or highly recommend, you know, the great majority of people will like this. And I would say I would recommend this if you're into rom-coms. You'll definitely love this show. It's one of the reasons why I really got into like Korean shows here lately in the last year or two, is because they bring out great content, and this is definitely great content. It's probably one of the best shows I like. I've watched it 2 or 3 times. Just like if I'm doing something, I just put it on for like the background stuff, and it's just a great show. You'll enjoy it. You'll find yourself smiling through the whole episode, the whole hour. Later on, you know, it does get kind of serious, you know, but it's not one of those shows where you don't really have to like pull your hair out because it's so frustrating, you know. A lot of these rom-coms, like, people will break up because of miscommunication. You don't really have miscommunication between our two characters at all. You know, they don't get mad at each other because somebody's afraid to tell somebody else something. It's nothing like that. The situations are kind of realistic too. You know, you get the class differences. You know, a rich guy with a poor girl. You know, president dating whatever, not a poor girl, but, you know, middle class girl. President dating an employee. You know, those kind of conflicts. That's the kind of stuff you'll see in this show. It'll make you laugh, and that's about it, man. It's just a great show. Sit back, eat some popcorn, and enjoy it. Every the 12 episodes. Hope you enjoy this. Have a great day. Until next time, adios. Ta-ta, bye-bye, ciao, all that good stuff.